Hi guys, welcome back to our channel, the #1 place for people who love design, art and all things creative. I'm Jacqueline and I'm an interior architect and designer here at D&B. In today's video, I'll be talking about how to choose decor for your outdoor space. Whether it's a backyard, garden, patio or even a balcony you have, I'm here to give you my tips to hopefully create the perfect outdoor space for summer. Technically the summer solstice was on Monday, but just to give you an idea of what summer looks like in the UK, this is what it looks like outside right now. Nonetheless, this video is for anyone who does want to enjoy the summer breeze wherever you are in the world and learn how to pick furniture and decor for your garden. So if you're interested, let's jump in. So there are a few points to share before we actually start picking the furniture, and the first one to establish is, what will the function be? Maybe your main focus is to provide an outdoor entertainment space where your friends and family can come together in the evening, have a barbecue, or maybe just get drunk on some mojitos. It's up to you. Or maybe the main function of your backyard is to plant fruit and vegetables and cultivate your own organic produce. It doesn't matter what you pick, but just make sure that you're clear on the function of your outdoor space. Don't go around picking 10 different functions. Try to stick to one so that we can work around it from there. Of course, next is to work out how much space you have to work with. Maybe you're really lucky and you have acres of green space to work with, but for the video, let's just stick to a normal garden size. Once you've worked out how much space you have to work with, we can then go on to start thinking about the spatial planning. If you do have a small backyard, then what we want to try and do is make it seem a lot more spacious than it is, right? And if you have a huge backyard, although it's good to have a lot of space to work with, sometimes it can be a bit daunting in filling it up in a way that doesn't make it look sparse or empty. If you have a small space, make sure to limit the number of materials you're using and also not overclutter the area. Less is better. On the flip side, if you have a large garden, you're going to want to fill up the space with even more materials and textures and furniture and decor so that the space doesn't look sad and bare. Another thing for big gardens is to block out different zones and use partitions. That could be metal cutouts or even by using plants to separate the spaces. Partitioning will help to break up your backyard even more. Now, in any size garden, make sure to dedicate the biggest part of your garden to the main function. I know it's tempting to leave a huge bit of land for lawn, but if you're not going to be using that area that much, then I think it's absolutely fine to cut back into that space a little bit. If you have a really small backyard, then you're probably going to need to dedicate that whole space to that one main function. Thirdly, you're going to want to know to an absolute T what shape your garden is. This is actually really important when choosing furniture and decor for your outdoor space because it will determine what kinds of furniture you're going to pick. For example, maybe you have an L-shaped garden. When choosing an outdoor garden chair set, an L-shaped sofa will work much better than a circular-shaped one. That might seem pretty obvious, but you'll be surprised how many times people buy things in garden stores just because they look nice and not thinking about how they're going to work spatially. Not only is this going to save you so much room, but it's also going to make your life so much easier when deciding which furniture to pick. The next point is my favourite to think about, and it's, what kind of vibe do you want to create? In industry, we call this the atmosphere of the space, but really we just mean vibes. I find that when people are about to design a space, they often have an image in their head or inspiration of how they want it to look. But they forget to ask themselves, how do I want to feel in the space? What I mean by that is, do you want to feel relaxed? In which case, relaxed calls for calming colours, not bright neons. Because seeing bright, harsh colours actually stimulates the brain, and if you're going for that calm, serene, zen moment, then we don't want to be doing that. On the flip side, maybe you want a vibrant party atmosphere, which will of course be at night time, so you're going to want to think about how certain materials reflect the light, and also how different colours stand out better than others. Or maybe you want to feel like you've been transported to a whole other country, then of course that will play a huge part in choosing your furniture and decor. So you really have to think about how you want your outdoor space to make you feel. Now we're on to the fun part, picking the furniture and decor. This part is kind of like a checklist of things that you should be thinking about when furnishing your outdoor space for summer. First off, what seating do you want to pick? I've given you some pointers before, but these are some different ones you can find. Large dining sets, hanging egg chairs which are very popular, sets of 2, a bench, garden lounges, or maybe a hideaway or cabana type seating. Next thing you're going to want to think about are the extras, I like to call them. Do you want a water feature, a bar, a hot tub maybe? Just something that is the second thing behind your main function. If you're living in a particularly hot climate or one that has lots of rain, consider something like an awning or a covered pergola. Not only do these protect you from weather conditions, but they also add a lot of height and dimension to your backyard. I may be sidetracking from furniture and decor, but of course you need to think about the natural side of the garden. Are you going to have potted plants or flower beds, or maybe both? Personally, I like a mixture of both because you get some added height and colour brought through the pots, but also keep the garden green from the flower beds. And if you're going for a very contemporary look, you don't want it looking like a concrete block. So the flower beds allow the harshness of the landscape to be broken up a bit. Now in summer, one of my favourite things to do is have a drink outside, have a barbecue and dine al fresco. So one thing to absolutely think about are your dining options. No dream backyard would be complete without a barbecue or dining table, so absolutely factor that into your furniture choices. You may also want to zhuzh your outdoor dining space even more by adding a pizza oven or a kitchen bench. If you love cooking like me, then this is the main focal point in itself. And I'm sure your friends and family will be impressed, and hopefully with the food too. You also need to think about lighting, especially if you're going to be using the outdoor area at nighttime. Some of my favourite garden lights are lanterns, maybe if you're going for a bohemian vibe, deck lights, festoon lights which are so popular, and mini spotlights. You don't exactly want stadium grade floodlights, right? Not very good for your eyes. That's why I would tend to stick to smaller lights and then harsher ones in your main function area. A secret tip from me is to add in a sound system. A lot of people surprisingly never think about this, but if you're going to be entertaining outside, it's such a great way to instantly create a party atmosphere. You don't have to go crazy and get super expensive ones, there are some cheap ones online, and even a portable speaker would do. The last thing you're probably going to want to add are the soft furnishings, so all the cushions, decor, art and fabrics. These are what's going to elevate your outdoor space to the next level. These can instantly add some vibrancy to your patio and also make the space seem luxury. If you're not into colour and want more of a natural palette, stick to those muted colours and simple patterns. And if you're going ultra modern, then 3D sculptures and plain textiles are a must. I have another video where I talk about how to actually design your dream garden, and that has even more tips in it, so I'll leave it at the end of this video for you guys. I've also linked a playlist in the description that has all of my home decor and interior design tips. If you're new to our channel, then I just want to say welcome. On this channel, we talk about interior design, architecture, illustration, content creation, graphic design, and all that cool creative stuff in between. So if any of that interests you, make sure to subscribe to see videos just like this one. Leave me a sun emoji down below to let me know that you guys enjoyed this video or learned something new. And if you liked it, then please give it a big thumbs up, because by doing that, you actually really help our channel reach even more people. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching as usual, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!